We are joined from Cairo by the managing editor of Al-Ahram Weekly, Mr. Khaled Dawoud. Welcome, sir, to Qnews.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let me ask you, how do you view the new Israeli escalation against Lebanon at the moment?
Well, I think that this attack is a confirmation of Israeli intentions to escalate its attacks against Hezbollah in Lebanon. And the reports that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, with the backing of the U.S. administration, is trying to put pressure on the Lebanese government and the Lebanese president to carry out the disarmament of Hezbollah, not just south of the Litani River, where the basis of Hezbollah believed to be there, and also close to the border with Israel, but all over Lebanon, and particularly by attacking this very important figure within Hezbollah. It could be said that Israel is declaring basically an end for the truce agreement that was reached a year ago with U.S. mediation, while knowing that Hezbollah probably at this stage feels under tremendous pressure due to the domestic conditions within Lebanon and the desire of a very big segment of the Lebanese people that we don't want to see a renewal of the Israeli war against Lebanon.
Do you think Israel is going to launch a new war on Lebanon?
At least some major military operations as part of its pressure campaign on the Lebanese government and president, and perhaps some people and analysts and observers are going as far as expecting an escalation against both Hezbollah and Iran, considering that Iran is the main backer of Hezbollah.
Yeah, well, that's my next question. Actually, do you think the region could ignite again with strikes on Gaza, Lebanon, and Iran?
Well, I don't think that the American administration personally, U.S. President Donald Trump personally, does not want to see a collapse of what he considers to be one of his few foreign policy achievements, particularly in the very dangerous zone of the Middle East. But it cannot be excluded that there could be a serious military pressure, as I said, with U.S. backing, considering the statements that were made by the U.S. envoy to Lebanon, Mr. Tom Barak, in which he said that if the Lebanese government did not fulfill the job of disarming Hezbollah, Israel is going to carry out that job. So we can see a very clear attempt by the Israeli right-wing Israeli government to set the rules of engagement following the ceasefire reached in Gaza, by saying that despite this ceasefire agreement, they will maintain the right to attack what they label as terrorist targets, whether in Gaza or in Lebanon itself. But obviously, the assassination of the chief of staff of Hezbollah, the second figure after the Secretary General, is a very clear escalation from the Israeli side, and the sign that they believe that Hezbollah is not going to be able to respond because of the domestic and regional pressure not to start a new wide-scale war in those conditions. But I don't think that we are close to a total collapse of the agreements that were signed, because the American administration probably does not want to see going back to square one, a deterioration, whether in total deterioration, whether in Lebanon or in Gaza. At the time, the Trump administration is promoting the reconstruction of Gaza and making billions of dollars out of this new project.
Yep, and from Cairo, that was Mr. Khaled Dawoud, the managing editor of Al-Ahram Weekly. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us here on Qnews.